got 3 learning studios, and we chose the name studio as opposed to classroom or hub or learning commons because we believe it's about people learning from and with one another, so that it's not always the teacher giving the information to the kids, but it's that vice versa and collaborative learning. And within that studio there's a main learning space with some withdrawal rooms.
So we have from year 4 to year 8 in our studio, but we don't group them according to their ages, we group them according to their stages. So all the children with a certain learning need will be grouped together. It doesn't matter what age they are. So if they're needing to learn how to organise their writing into paragraphs, they'll be grouped with other students that are learning that. So we plan first and then we decide which space would best suit that learning purpose.
Okay, so around that central learning studio are 4 withdrawal spaces and a resource room. And so essentially we've got the 5 rooms that go around. The resource room is a place for the teachers to have their hub, as well as all the resources being used for the children, so the children come in and out and take the resources as and when they need them. The next space around is our performance space, and that's going with the analogy of the campfire. So it's a place to share stories, to learn from and with one another, to listen to things, to do some performances.
This room is our performance space where we do most of our drama and our music, and we have the screen, which is like if we want our teachers to show us something, but like they can't show us on our MacBook Pro, then they'll beam it up on there.
The next space as you come around is the red room, and that's the cave space. A cave space is somewhere where the children go to work individually. They work on their own on something that they want to be a little bit more introspective around.
This room is the red room, where we do, well, it's like independent working, and this is where we do listening post, where some students are now, and we have and some people like do stuff from the creative room. They can bring it in here if they want to work like on their own, not in a very loud space, and this is like a very quiet space.
And it has the 3 different levels of furniture and seating, so that the children can be working in lots of different ways, high, low, medium, on the floor, etc. The next space around is the orange space. That's the watering hole space, and that space is for working collaboratively with people. It's a place where you can come and go. You don't always have to work in there with the group. It's I guess like a water cooler at work, where you come, you contribute to a conversation, you walk away again, but you don't always have to be in that one space with the group.
Well, this room is our collaborative room. Like if we want to work together as like in pairs or in a group, or if we're doing inquiry, we'd mainly come in here so we can talk and collaborate together.
That's orange because orange is a colour that produces creativity and conversation, and so we chose orange to be the highlight colour in that space. That space has furniture that can be pulled apart to make small groups or pushed together to make a larger group, and a variety of furniture that wobbles or moves or twists so that the children can be comfortable in their learning.
Well, this room is where we do mainly all of our art, and if we're painting or doing our dye, we'll mainly do it in here. And there's this iRead station here called We Create, and we do origami in here, and we do most of our painting in here.
It's a place where we encourage the children to work with materials, so it's that kinesthetic space where they're using all of their knowledge and making things, bringing things together, and so the children will then opt in and out of those spaces as they see fit for any different types of learning.
I think it helps the learners to see that learning can happen anywhere, that it's not something that happens in a defined space like a single cell classroom, but it's something that can happen outside the classroom walls, it can happen through art, it can happen through music. That there's a lot more freedom to how they learn and how they can talk about their learning and share their learning, and creating that authentic audience as well, like using our green screen. I think they see that their learning actually means something, it actually has a purpose, there's actually a reason why we need to learn these things. I think it's really helped me challenge the boundaries of teaching and learning and how learning happens. We've read a lot of research and we've seen a lot of research about learning spaces and how they impact learning. but this is actually the doing of it. We're actually seeing it, we're seeing the evidence, we're seeing the students react. The children are being inspired by the spaces around them and able to really challenge themselves to learn and show their learning in different ways.